action. I remember way back, you ain't have no swag. You did a little research, now you got a moon bag. Now you got a new walk, now you got new swag. You did a little research, now you got a moon bag.
So ladies and gentlemen, with digital assets, we hodl and we trade. And when we do hodl, we make sure it's on a cold storage wallet so we have full access to our funds and no one else. Okay, you're talking about the DCENT wallet here. The link is in the description. The most easy and safe hardware wallet, enhanced crypto protection, built on the highest security standards. Link is in the description. Holla at your boy.
ODL, that's the order, man, liquidity.
What is going on, blockchain monkeys? Today we have Zach Edwards of Xogos Gaming, as well as iServe. We have him on our show. He's going to be here on a returning basis, but it is absolutely amazing what he's going to give to you guys. Zach, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, man. So what do we got here? What is the project? I've been telling a few people about this, but what exactly is the project we have working on right now, and what is it going to provide?
Okay, so first off, I want to say to all those that are crypto enthusiasts, this is like one of the big projects that needs to be pushed for this one fact, is that we need to get more of the masses into crypto to be able to trust crypto. And when it comes to just earning money off of it, that's just going to bring them to a certain point. But what we need to do is we need to show them that they can actually have real life applications that they can use, that kids can use, that they can trust, and then they'll start trusting crypto. At least that's how I see it. And I know that this is how a lot of people see it. We need to bring something in. So we created Xogos Gaming. Xogos Gaming is actually a digital platform that allows for all different types of educational games to be programmed in. And basically a person jumps on, they're able to play some games. These are all educational games. These are all academic games. And the reason why they are so important is because we're going to get these into schools. We're going to get the parents behind us. We're going to get the teachers behind us, administrators, and even that means government officials. Because what it does is it doesn't just it just doesn't provide them with games. It teaches them, it helps them educate them, but also a lot of that the coins that they create in our system will actually translate into scholarships, which can get them full ride scholarships into college. Truthfully, check this out. Any student that goes through our system can actually leave with a full ride scholarship. Doesn't matter what your background is. Doesn't matter if you never believed you'd ever go to college before. And it doesn't even have to be college. It could be a trade school. It could be just skill-based training that's online. We will help pay for that through the scholarship fund. And that's all done because of the crypto that we have attached to the system. But again, Xogos Gaming is an educational platform that allows kids to play games, use academic achievements, and also one other thing, doing things off screen and incentivized on the screen. So we actually, now I'm a parent of 6 kids. I've got 4 biological, 2 that are through a second marriage.
Nice.
One thing I found with these kids is they love being on screens. They love watching videos. They love playing games. And they're going to
be on screen anyways, huh?
Yeah, they're already there. But also, they don't want to get off screens. So we incentivize them to get off screens and incentivize them on our platform. I'm a gaming guy. I'm a social media gaming tech company that wants them off the screens. And I'm going to incentivize them to get off the screens, to be more social, to be more physical, all these different things. I mean, you work as a physical fitness trainer on the side. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Absolutely. You know the importance of kids being able to, or people, now kids, for this topic, to get out and do things. Not just that, but I've got a son that totally isolates himself because he's on the screen all the time.
Right.
So this is one of the things that when talking with him, just focus grouping on him, I wanted to see what kind of things would bring him off the screens. And he gets incentivized by incentives. Most of these kids that go through schools, their incentive is you're going to see that you're going to be able to go to college or get a diploma in 12 years. They don't want that. They want to see what happens right now. What are they getting out of it right now? And so we show them that you can actually, not just gaming, but you're actually going to be earning stuff on the system. You're going to see the incentives right away. And here's the big thing, is that you don't have to wait around for that amount of time. You're incentivized as you play the games through milestones, by doing good in school, and again, getting off screens to collect these coins.
Absolutely. That's amazing. I mean, because there's not really anything out there right now that's capturing them. I mean, they're able to on like, for say Roblox or like Minecraft, they're able to earn tokens and stuff like that, but they're not able to use those like in a real world type of scenario. And so what you're saying here is they have the ability to earn for later on in life that might lead them a scholarship to like college or something like that.
Yeah. So okay,
like
think of it
trade
this way.
school or whatever it may be.
Yeah, you mentioned Roblox. So I've got, again, 6 kids. I've got probably like 2 of them that would pay. They'd spend about $100 a month if we'd allow them to on Roblox for digital assets that really mean nothing. In our system, you can't pay for these. So that you can actually buy the coins on our system. You have to earn them. Everything's earned. So you're actually going to want to play the games. You're going to want to do these things in order to get the coins. Now, in the coins, you can use them just like Roblox. You can use them for in-app purchases. You want new skins, you get new skins. You want power-ups, you get power-ups. You want cheats, you can do cheats. But here's the thing. You don't just use it for the in-app purchases. You can also use them for physical or off-the-screen rewards as well. We're working with an entertainment company. It's a movie theater. And it's a chain across the U.S. And they actually want to provide us with rewards. The kids cash in their coins.
Wow.
To receive those type of things in return.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so they could see the incentives that they get. Now they can't. Our program is set up so that we don't want them to spend them all at once. If they spent them all, they would have nothing for the scholarship. Right. For the possibility of going, if they decide in the future to go out. Like, again, if you're in 3rd grade, 4th grade, you don't really see college out in the distance. So we have programs and incentives to keep them saving those coins for the potential of a future. And we can go more into that later on, but it basically gives the students the ability to see the instant gratification that they desire. I mean, we taught them through technology, the way parents teach their kids these days. They want instant gratification. School is very passive. They don't see the rewards.
Yeah.
So if we really want to make change for them that they really want to have themselves, they really want to get into the system and start earning the coins and doing things that we provide.
Absolutely. So they'd be able to receive cryptocurrency for the future, but would they be able to receive like a percentage of that they can then use to buy physical products, or how does that work?
So that's a great question, because in our system we have 2 different coins. One is the iPlay coins. We actually have our white paper. It's on our website.
Yes, amazing.
XogosGaming.com.
Yeah, read that.
Yeah, you can go read the white paper and you'll find out what's basically when you get into the system and you get these coins. There's no way of bringing those coins off the system. They die if they're off the system. They can only in. So what happens is there's 2 different ways for coins to leave the system. One is by kids using the in-app purchases or rewards that go to a contractor. That contractor can convert them into our secondary coin. Now, that's for the contractors. So let's go back to the kids first. You're asking about the scholarships or physical things that they can get. When they convert them, they do not receive the iServe coin. That's the monetary coin. Again, iPlay is the non-monetary. iServe is the monetary. The reason why there's a difference is because schools do not want the liability, the tax liability, any kind of liability if they get stolen. And again, they mean nothing on the screen minus what you can get for in-app purchases or rewards.
Yes.
So the kids never have to worry about paying taxes on it. Even when they're cashed out, when they get scholarships, it comes from a scholarship fund that's created through the transaction fees. We have a very small transaction fee. 1% is taken out and able to be deposited into this scholarship fund, which allows for the scholarship fund to increase.
There we go.
And then when a student cashes out, depending on the amount that they cash out in that quarter compared to everyone else, they get that percentage of that college fund. So the scholarship fund goes to them in the sense of basically cash that can go straight to a college. But it's going to be used, I don't know if you've ever heard of a 529 account, but a 529 savings account, basically students can save for the future.
For the future, for the kids.
Yeah, this is basically the same thing.
Wells Fargo has one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they can't pull this off they can't get the iServe coins because the tax liability, but they also can't use the scholarships until they want to use it for academic reasons.
Right. But they can see it and they can watch it grow though, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we have financial games on there. So again, every game that we have on our system is educationally based. One of our games is actually called Debt Free Millionaire, and it goes through all the finances. You can actually simulate your whole life on this. If you want to see how you'd possibly advance in the future, progress in the future financially, you can actually run scenarios just by playing this game.
That was actually one of my questions I was going to ask you, or what I was going to tell you. I was reading in the white paper is I really appreciate the financial literacy that you're giving, that these kids are able to get at this young age. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, because that's needed, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally. Well, and it's funny because like schools are finally starting to say, oh, it's required to graduate. Finally. I don't know how many years it should have been there. But one of the big things is when we're teaching this in our system, we can also teach blockchain information or crypto and blockchain technology in the financials. So you can decide, I want to try out what a simulation would be if I started investing in crypto. Well, we'll give you real life experiences that will happen on those. Or if you go buy a rental house and go rent it out for a few years, we'll show you everything. So this levels out the playing field for every student. Doesn't matter what school they're from, what background they have. Everyone is on an equal level field when it comes to at least our system. I can't say in the schools, in school, but in our system, everyone is completely equal. It's like what I say with computers. Everyone is a 0 and a 1 binary. There's nothing else. It's those. It's just not. They don't see your gender. They don't see your race. They don't see your background. They don't see anything, which makes it so perfect that technology would help with this part.
Absolutely key.
With equalizing the field. Yeah.
So what made you choose Polygon as the cryptocurrency to use to build this on?
Actually, okay. So full transparency. I'm trying to show everyone that we are very transparent in this company. I want people to be able to trust us, especially because we're working with their kids, we're working with teachers, and total skeptics. So we want everyone to be able to trust us. So full transparency, this system was actually made for Ethereum. Ethereum had
it makes sense. It makes sense.
It had too high of transaction fees.
There it is.
And so we actually had so I have a board behind me of like 7 different professionals from all different walks of life, including legal, accounting, blockchain, exchanges, people that have actually experienced life in those fields, building them up. One of the things that we did when we first got together is they took my white paper and dissected it, not just mine, my team's white paper, and dissected it. Anything that was questionable, we tried to answer. If we couldn't answer it, then we try to figure out what was wrong with it or what.
That's how you do business.
Yeah. So we went through like a 3-month process of just ripping it to shreds. And getting auditors and other people in there to look at it and tell us what is wrong with this and how we need to fix it. So we came up with a new tokenization. It changed a little bit. We then went to a possibility of going to a ledger. Now, I admire these companies. There's nothing against them, but we went from Ethereum, we went to XRP next, but it was a ledger based. It wasn't smart contracts. We wanted to have a smart contract, so then we chose Polygon as the one to choose. And so we feel because it's energy efficient to some extent, it's low transaction fees, that right now that is where we want to go, and that's where we're planting our flag. Again, it has no disrespect for any other companies. We have total respect for them. And I have all these companies in my portfolio. It's just like I want to be able to make sure that we have something that has little transactions. And here's another reason, because even though we have the system or these coins in our system, we're still paying a transaction fee, even though the kids are not. So we have to worry about that and keep the cost low for us inside the Xogos system.
Absolutely.
When they go out, when they go out, everyone else is paying them. So we could have whatever we want. But when they're in our system, so that's why we wanted the low transactions fees for everyone.
Absolutely amazing. I think it's great. What I've noticed in my readings within the past few weeks is that kids are heavily into the gaming. And what I saw in one of your articles was the fact that this is going to help them in their retention as well. Like I'm talking about as far as whatever they're studying or learning, they're able to comprehend and hold it longer because they're incentivized by this system. Can you speak a little bit on that, on how this system is going to help facilitate that?
Yeah, definitely. So another great question, because one of the big things that schools have issues with is the kids might learn it and then they'll forget it the next day.
Yeah.
They'll take their test and they'll forget it the next day. So back when I was in high school, I was one of those students. I had a teacher for history that was teaching information, and I was losing it really quickly. He was a basketball teacher, so he was a basketball coach. So most of the time he was gone out in the field helping out the basketball team. And so I left high school hating history, how it was taught. So the first game I created back in 2004, I think it was Historical Conquest. This is our flagship company. It's our physical company, which we still have up and running. It's all over the United States. We have tournaments all over the place. But there was one point where the teachers were telling us we need something that's digital. There's just too many issues of sorting the cards back together, not having the kids destroy them. Can we do it digital? So with Historical Conquest, we actually created this game because what happens is if a kid plays a game and they might see the name one time on the card, play it over time, they're going to see it again.
Right.
They might not know anything about this person, but the next time they hear that name, so they say they're in the class and all of a sudden they hear about Genghis Khan, kids forget everything so quickly.
Right.
So if they hear it one place, such as in a game, and then they hear it a second time, their mind turns on. It's the electrodes that go on, and what they'll do is the mind will actually start memorizing everything that's after it because it knows that it's heard it twice. This is the second time it's heard it. I need to remember that person or what's in there because that's important. So the mind recalls all that information and it will actually stick with you longer. Now think about it. You start playing a game, you play it one time, you might hear the name again, and you're going to hear it again, and you'll remember some of it. Mm-hmm. But every time you play the next game, you're going to remember more and more and more about the people that you're learning about in class. So the retention increases. Now here's a statistic. This one came out actually over 30 years ago, and so you'd think they'd use it, but somehow they haven't. The statistic is that if you learn by reading or lectures, you only retain about 10% of what you read or hear. But if you do an activity, you'll actually retain 70% of what you're learning. So activities in the classroom, but especially games, the student will actually retain the information just because they're playing a game with it. And one of the reasons is because they have an emotional attachment to that information. So it's not just I heard it once and I heard it twice and it does that, but it's also that emotional attachment that makes your mind want to hold on to that information and know that it's important to hold on to.
What I think is great is that they're getting this blockchain education so early. In the world today, people don't get the financial literacy that they need in order to excel, or they're learning too late. You know what I'm saying? And I just think this is just a great opportunity, man.
Oh yeah. So here's the big thing. From very early, again, back in high school, coming into college.
Yeah.
I was okay. I was an okay student. B's and C's. I strived for the A's. Never could get them. I was horrible at tests. And so I knew that there had to be a change in education. Over the years, like every school will tell you gamification needs to be like a high priority. But the teachers, hey, I had nothing bad to say about teachers, but the teachers just don't know how to do it. That's not their job. Their job is to teach. They're not taught how to gamify things.
Right.
And so programming is just another way of helping the kids at their own level. So truthfully, okay, so in media, we've destroyed our kids to some extent because we've given them special effects, we've given them action and all these other things that they can have anytime outside of school. And then we put them in a classroom, we say, you need to learn this. And you're like, okay,
And sit still.
Wait, what'd you say? Yeah, exactly.
Sit still the whole day too.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're telling the kids, this is great stuff. Here, spend your time in front of the TV and then go sit in the classroom. And again, the teachers try.
Yeah.
But especially with the level that the kids are getting, being isolated, having their screens all the time, they're so far attaching from the educational realm.
Yeah.
We need to bring them back in. So programming, coding, and gaming is actually some of the biggest things that can happen in the classroom to help affect the students for the best.
Right.
And the reason why I say this is, okay, everyone knows this, that we've been working on in the classroom. we educate the slowest child because we don't want to leave anyone behind.
Yeah.
Who suffers from that is everyone that's more advanced, and so automatically they become slower because why am I going to go advance if there's nothing really for me to learn?
Right.
So programming, we have the possibility of bringing AI into this, where every student would have their own experience. Now, a teacher is very important in the classroom. I don't think we'll ever, or we should never, replace the classroom with AI, but we can enhance the classroom with AI.
There it is. That's key.
Yeah, the teacher's there for the slowest kid. Totally.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is amazing stuff. So I saw you have something going on Kickstarter. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, okay, we received a grant about a year ago to create our MVP. So our MVP of Xogos Gaming is actually up and running. We have beta testing. We have 3 games in the system. 1 is completely beta test. The other 2 are operational. They are in phase 1, and you can read more about this on the Kickstarter. So Kickstarter, you don't know, is this for everyone else. It's basically a fundraiser for a product, something that you're going to be producing. And there's actually rewards for donating towards this cause. So like for us, we're trying to raise the rest of the money to get us from the MVP stage to the final product. Because, and here's the big thing, like a lot of people have asked me, why aren't you going just for VCs? And I said, you know what, I could go to VCs, but here's the thing, I'm going to owe almost all my company to some venture capitalists before it's even completely up and running. When it only would take me about another 4 months to get this up and operational so that we can sell it to schools. If we get 1,000 people, now right now we have 500 subscribers. If we get 1,000 people, we have about 8 other games that will be attached to our system from other developers. They have it ready, they're ready. They just said that they want to make sure that we are operational, that we can actually do this. So they want to have proof of 1,000 subscribers. We actually have another one that's really big. It's a company that is called iServe. Now iServe is a game that was actually set up by the late Justice Sandra Day O'Connor from the Supreme Court. She came out of the Supreme Court and she designed a game to teach kids civics. It doesn't get out there that much, but it's a great game. So they're actually attaching it, after we get to 10,000, they're attaching it to our system.
Yeah. Epic.
So at that point, when we have a few more games in our system, whether it's our games or a developer's games, and we get the gaming system completely up and running, and show that the coins are circulating how they're supposed to, that's when we go to the VCs and we say, hey, we have a no-brainer here. You better jump on or be left in the dust.
Right.
And here's the thing, we want dollars on the dollars instead of pennies on the dollars of what this actually deserves, which is why we're not going to the VCs, we're going out to the public. And with going to the public, we completely want to show our appreciation for you. And so we're going to reward you with certain things, including memberships to our system. And the members do not, this is what I promised everyone. You buy the membership for, say, a year on the fundraiser. It will not actually begin until Historical Conquest is out of beta phase. So you'll be able to get on and experience everything, but your year will not start until Historical Conquest, which is our flag game, is up and running completely. Right now it's beta test. I need it out of the beta test. And then that year will start. So you get about a year and 4 months to be able to be part of this out of that year contract or the year membership that you're getting for donating to us. Now, say you actually want to have like the physical game. We have physical rewards as well. So we have Historical Conquest games. We have Totally Medieval, which is our math game. These are all physical games that we sell all around the United States right now. And we're giving you somewhat of a discount to buy in through this fundraiser. So that's awesome.
Awesome stuff, man. And I wanted to ask you too, I said something to you before regarding like boys clubs and after school programs. I know you spoke about school. Would you be thinking about getting this into something like that for the kids as well? And also, would the kids be able to then play this like at home? Would they be able to attach to this, or is it something that they can only do like in a setting like a classroom?
So our system was set up, not to go too much on a tangent, but
fly.
Okay. One of the big things that's happening with our students these days is the learning loss. Well, one that happened during COVID, But every summer we have a ton of learning loss that happens for a student, enough that it takes them a whole month in order to recoup what they had last year, before they can start learning the new stuff for the next year. If they bring this home from school and do it over the summer, they will actually have minimal learning loss. Of course, there'll probably still be some because you're not doing certain things.
Right.
Because also, the student gets to choose which games they get to play during the summer.
Yes.
But think of it this way: the students can use this whether they're at home, at school, if they have their tablet and they're on the road, they can use it wherever they're at.
There we go.
Now, in order to play the multiplayer games and things like that, you have to be on the system and through the web. But there's so much to this. We have a digital dashboard that actually allows you to communicate with friends as well. And so that's actually
perfect.
the platform itself.
They love that. That's perfect because they absolutely love that, because I'll see like my son playing Fortnite and he's talking to his friend on the headsets. You know what I mean? They're communicating with each other, trying to figure out ways to beat the game. But if they're communicating on these headsets about some education, that's something they can learn, even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and so I was just talking to one of my developers, and he was talking about his older sons. Now, his older sons have graduated now, but he was talking about how the games, a lot of times, they'll actually play multiplayer games that aren't even that good. I'm not saying anything about our games, but they aren't even that good because they can have a social aspect. They want to play with their friends, and so we actually want to promote that as much as possible to be able to interact with your friends and do things like that. One of the things that everyone needs to know, though, because this is a system that's made for students, we have to be very careful on all security matters. When it comes to the kids, they can't actually chat in the games. So inside the games themselves, they cannot chat. That's why we have our platform where they can actually they can talk through that. But
Nice.
Yeah, so they can talk to their friends. You can attach your friends, you can attach your family, you can attach people that you actually know that actually have your contact information that's on the system. No one can just jump into your system and say, I want to be your friend. Roblox, I've got my kids are in and have a bunch of different people they call friends, but they have no idea who these people are. Again, because they're all supposed to be kids in the system, 100%, they're all supposed to be kids in the system. If anyone ever got in, they wouldn't be able to talk to anyone. They'd be completely detached from everyone because they're not supposed to be in that system. So it's family, it's friends, it's classmates, people that are actually attached to you for a reason, or putting the information in manually to get their information to connect you.
Amazing.
We want to keep those kids safe and allow them to have a lot of fun while also preparing for the future, whether it's learning or earning coin.
Where can people find Xogos Gaming, more information about that, and their socials?
Okay, so in socials, we are on we're on Twitter. We actually have two different. Now, this is interesting because again, your audience is more of crypto enthusiasts or people that are open to it. So we actually have Xogos Gaming, which is our gaming and crypto Twitter account.
Okay.
We have one that's for educators and such, people that do not want to know much about crypto, or are even skeptics about it, because we, again, very transparent, but we want to be able to give them the information as they need it. And as of right now, when you go into a school and mention crypto, boom, they all shut off. And I was like, really? Come on, there's so much potential. You have no idea.
So much.
Yeah, and people just don't see it. So for us, it's not about the financials as much as it is we want to get kids to be educated about this. We want to promote crypto. We want to prepare our kids for the future. Again, as I said, I have six kids, and so my highest intention is not to make millions off of this, which everyone that's in crypto loves to think about the financial part. My part is it's a technology that's out there that's so much more than finances.
So much more.
It's so much more, and we're only hitting the peak. It's like a glacier or an iceberg. You only see the very top of it. It's all the rest that we can actually do with this system.
There you go.
I've
learned after coming in, you come in one way and you're thinking about the financial gain, but after you get inside of it and you're there for a while and you're actually studying what's happening here, you're like, oh my goodness, there's way more than just riches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
technology is out of this world, but
So-
just greatly appreciate you for coming on the show, man. And
Yeah, actually,
we'll do
if I
this
could-
again. Huh?
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but so you did ask about the socials. I forgot to. I got on a tangent.
Yeah.
But we're on Discord. We're on Facebook, YouTube. We actually just opened up all 3 of those. We were mostly on Twitter.
Yeah.
I know I have some social media experts that are helping me out with TikTok as well.
Absolutely.
So we are trying to be out there as much as possible in all different places. If we're not there, please contact us. Go to our website, it's xogosgaming.com. Find out more information. And then also we're on Kickstarter, and you can get more information whether it's on our website or going to Kickstarter.
Cool.
I mean,
Cool.
again,
I'll leave a link down here for Kickstarter too, as well, and all
that'd be
your
great.
socials
Thank
too.
you. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you having me on your show, and
Absolutely.
hope to keep this going.
Absolutely, man. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respect your elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain. Blockchain. We talking about an intellectual choo-choo train. It's DLT up in these streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respect your elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.